welcome to the bedroom. Yes. I said, welcome to the bedroom. I said, yes. Welcome to the bedroom.
Oh, now, baby, baby. Bet you when I pipe up, baby, you gon' back down. Oh, now, baby, baby. Give it to me good, babe, like it ain't nobody round. Oh, now, baby, baby. Bet you when I pipe up, back down. Oh, now, baby, baby. Oh, now, baby, baby. Do you mind to just give a little love, give a little love, shawty? Oh, do you mind to just give a little love, give a little love, shawty? The hottest of the hottest, baby.
Yes, we are excited.
Yes, we are.
To answer a very, very exciting question. But first of all, it's been a minute since we have seen each and every one of you, and we hope that all has been well, that your lives have been splendid, and even though we know ups and downs do come, and there may have been some tough times throughout the time since we've last seen you, remain
Or
encouraged.
more so, you've last seen us.
Well, that's so true. That's so true. Either way, loves. Be empowered, be loved, be encouraged. Because the best is yet to come. And as long as we keep sticking together, we're going to be all right.
We're going to be all right.
Yes, indeed. So we got a question, baby.
We do. So welcome to the bedroom, you guys. We do not know where our question is coming from today.
No, but we thought the question was an important one and one that we would like to answer.
Yes.
And so though we do not have for you the location of the question today, so let's just say we going everywhere.
All right, so the question is there a dominant role in your relationship? Or do both of you hold the responsibility of pleasing and caring for the other?
So a loaded question, and I think we're going to answer this in two parts. First, to address this idea of dominant roles in relationships, and think that it's very important that we articulate and express this idea of a social construct, that relationships, standards, and characteristics and components for relationships really exists from society. Society has tried to tell us how relationships are supposed to function, how relationships are supposed to run, and if you don't meet these certain conditions, then you don't really have a real relationship.
Or that you have to have some type of dominance, or that you have
Yeah.
to have some type of male-female relationship, whether that's heterosexual, homosexual relationships. So to answer the question is no. We do not have a dominant role.
Not in this one. Not in our relationship. And rightfully so, because a relationship takes two. It takes two people to engage. It takes you both to bring the same amount of energy, the same amount of passion and love and commitment to that relationship. So having one person that's more dominant than the other, who's, so say, in charge, who's running the show, that doesn't sound like a relationship to me.
Right.
That sounds more like slavery or servitude or some
type
other
of hierarchy.
form. Yeah, some power
Mm-hmm.
construct. And we have found that it's important in our relationship that we both work to bring energy and love and commitment to our relationship.
And we both bring so much to the table that neither of us ever want to supersede the other. So it's important that we are putting out equal love, equal efforts in everything that we do with each other.
While, of course, respecting and acknowledging each other's own characteristics, personalities, and traits, our individuality, and our authenticity. It is very, very important that we be who we are individually, but that we be who we are collectively as one unit. That is so critical, it's so important, and that's why no one of us have a responsibility more great than the other. We both are responsible for this here relationship. We both are responsible for correcting ourselves, assessing ourselves individually for any errors, any weaknesses that exist, for any insecurities, for any inconsiderateness that we might have. We realize that we're human, and so there are many times where we got to check ourselves, where we have to say, wait, I'm tripping, I'm being a bit selfish right now, and I have to go back sometimes and talk to Jonathan by Jonathan's self. And Derek has to go and talk to Derek by Derek's self and say, hey, okay, let me get each other. Then we talk to each other and say, okay, hey, X, Y, and Z. This is happening. I realize I did this wrong, or we can do better here, or listen to me. I'm trying to express this to you. And that's not always easy. Relationships aren't easy. They take work. They take commitment. They take dedication. But they ultimately take hope. You got to hope for something. You got to be working towards something. Right. You got to be wanting something. And that requires that two of you be in the mix.
And I think it would be very irresponsible of us if we go into a question talking about dominance and not talk about masculinity. And not talk about the Me Too movement that we have going on, at least briefly. Because we know that it's a lot of domestic violence, it's a lot of unhealthy relationships out here because of these dominant roles that we put in relationships. And a lot of people get into abusive relationships. They let people overpower them and belittle them, and make them feel lesser than a human than they are. And so we just always want to encourage that you love yourself and you know your value in everything you do, everybody that you're with, and know that you do not have to have someone be dominant over you to feel love or to be in love.
So true.
So that's very important.
That's so true. And listen, when somebody loves you, baby, they're going to put as much energy into that relationship with you, and you're going to grow together. You're going to learn together. You're going to evolve together. You're going to become. And that is the beauty of having someone in your life who is your soulmate, who is your partner in crime.
If you find somebody always want to control everything you do, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. That's a big problem.
You might want to hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. No more. Hit the road, Jack.
Yes, please do. Because seriously, it could lead to a dangerous road, and a lot of people stay in relationships and they stay in situations in the beginning because they don't think it's that bad. They don't think the controlling situations can turn into something hurtful, turn into something dangerous. So when you see certain things of people flaunting this dominance over you and not allowing you to be yourself and not allowing your voice to matter, take that into consideration and know that you're worth more than that. You're worth more than that. Okay, so the second part of the question, do both of you hold the responsibility of pleasing and caring for the other? Jonathan definitely already hit on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both love each other and care for each other. We both bring money in the house. I think that's one thing that we have to talk about because I saw an article last week about a same-sex couple, and one did not want the other to work or to bring money to the table. He was basically, I'm the man in the relationship. I think in 2018, we all should be bringing stuff to the table, whether that is, it may not even be monetary, but there's a lot that we all have to offer, and it's equal value. So if you're not bringing money, but you're doing stuff around the house and you bringing your love, that's just as important, and nobody should treat you differently.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
And I think at the end of the day, your relationship has to be centered on something more and beyond money.
Oh yeah.
And careers and couple goals and power couple, like all of those social media, society, all of those things that please other people, that makes you feel as if your relationship is legitimate because other people have deemed it to be so. You got to look past those things. You have to ask yourself, do we have something real? Have we fought for something? Have we ever struggled? Have we put in the work necessary to keep this thing together? And that requires work. That requires you bringing your best self to the table as much as you can, as often as you can. And you're human, and sometimes I'm not my best, and Derry makes up for that. And sometimes he's not his best, and I try to make up for that. Because it gets tough, because this is still life. Life is still happening, and we're still human. We're still vulnerable. We're still limited. People are limited.
And you have to value that in everyone. If you love someone, if you with some value that they're limited.
Yeah.
That's why you come together. That's why we have two people. We're in a relationship. Tell people all the time, we can't do it by ourselves. We didn't come in this world by ourselves. We may leave out by ourselves. But we still leaving a lot of people behind once we do leave. So nothing we do is by ourselves. And that's what a lot of people, even in relationship, they have these individualistic mindsets, and it's just like you have to work as a partnership. You have to see the value in the person that you're with.
Yeah.
everything that they do. See the value. See them trying. See them seek out the purpose that y'all have for each other and with each other. It's very important. If people know that they can devalue you in any way, then that's where that dominant role comes in. And like Jonathan had just said, even just about we're all human. And once you start having dominant roles, you kind of put yourself in a space where it's saying, okay, well, I'm not human anymore and you're better than me. You know, you can treat me this type of way, or I don't hold the same type of strength that you have to get certain things done, or to love in the same way you love me. So we have to be really careful with those things.
Y'all stay up. Keep your head up. And keep working to be the best version of yourself that you possibly can. Derek and I started the bedroom because we wanted to create a space in which we can respond to some very important and beautiful questions that we've been receiving from people all over this world. But we also wanted to take the time in this space to share with you our lives and our journey and lessons we've learned along the way and continue to learn along the way. So continue to engage with us. Share this content with other people. I wish each and every one of you the best and hope to meet as many of you as possible in real life. This is real life too, for sure. It takes us time to sit in this bed and talk to you. It takes us money to film these shows. And so know that we're doing it because we really, really care about you, and we really are blessed to have people in our lives who say that in some type of way we inspire them, we motivate them. And
we truly, truly believe that love is transformative.
Yes.
Not even us loving one another, but just us loving ourselves. You know?
Yeah.
And so that's what we really want to encourage through this show, is just to love yourself. You know, be yourself, love yourself, and know once that happens, then the person that comes into your life will be able to love you abundantly, because you've gathered who you are, and you know your worth and you know your strength. So that's very important to continue to love yourself. If you feel like you don't love yourself, dig deep, get to those roots, and know that you are put here on this earth for a purpose.
Yes, indeed.
You are loved by many people. It's your time to shine.
It's your time to shine. And remember this one important thing. You may have heard us say it before. You cannot be the best you for somebody else until you are the best you for you. So be you. Be the best you that you can possibly be. The world needs you. The world is better because of you. And it would have been better because you came this way. We love you. Welcome to the bedroom. Y'all continue to follow us, like and subscribe on YouTube, Jonathan and Derek Allen Young. Follow us on Instagram at the bedroom _JD. Come on, yes. Come on. Love y'all. Be good.
Bye-bye.